Welcome to the second week of 12 weeks of fall. My name is Barb Ryder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to share some fall-inspired items with you as we're starting the new school year coming up, and just fall is coming on its way. One of the great things that I love being in Michigan is the beautiful colors that we have in the leaves. And this gorgeous leaf set, combined with inspired thoughts, lots of sayings in this stamp set, is going to give us a beautiful little card that we can share with someone that has a fall birthday, just that you're thinking of them. But this stamp set right here has no words, and that's why I wanted to combine it with this stamp set that is in the annual catalog. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so that you get notifications every week when I load new videos. Click the bell so that you'll be able to get notifications. It'll let you know when I upload something new. Give me a comment, tell me what you think, and contact me if you have any questions. So we're going to jump in, and I'm hopefully showing you a few things that you might not have seen in a while, or it might even be something brand new to you. So, I've already pulled off the stamps that I'm going to be using here from the two stamp sets, and so I'm going to move those out of the way. And we are going to, oh, I did want to mention this. There are some beautiful dies that go with the Gorgeous Leaf stamp set. So, this is a great tool to have, and you'll see you've got outlines that will cut out the leaves that we're going to be stamping. However, I'm not cutting those out right in this video. I'm not going to use our cut and emboss machine. I'm about elegance without lots of work. How's that? So beautiful cards without tons of work. So that's what this card is going to be about. All right, so what we're going to do first is I have some cardstock here, and I did not write down the measurements, so I'm going to use my fabulous little ruler here. I have some of the Very Vanilla 4.5 by 3 3/4. I have some Early Espresso at 4 inches by 4 3/4, and then I have some crumb cake as our base. This piece is 8.5 by 4 1/4, and I have scored it at 3 inches. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a kind of a fun fold. So this is going to be our card base. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my scrap paper here, and this cute little 3 leaves are part of the leaf stamp set. I need to grab my scrap paper over here, and we're going to stamp on this piece right here. And the color that I'm going to use is I'm going to pull off crumb cake. That is the color we're going to be using, which is the same color as our cardstock. So I'm going to get like a tone-on-tone look here. So basically you take your stamp, tap, 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 and then I'm just checking to make sure there's ink on there, not all over the place. But I'm just going to go like up the side of the card here. And this is a nice stamp set that gives you the distinctive stamps, which means they're kind of intricate in their designs. And I am just basically stamping these as a border on this part of our card. Okay, I need to come over here and get something else because got lots of the same look on this edging. So there we go. Okay, that should do it. And grab my chamois here to clean the stamp. See there? It cleans it right off. This is just with water. Great tool that we have. Okay, there is the first step. Let me close this crumb cake up. Next, we are going to go ahead and we're going to do multi-coloring on this paper with a twist. Okay, so what I have here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this over here. What I have is we have empty ink spots, and I have taken my refills. This isn't the color that's in there, but our ink refills, and I have inked this up in cinnamon cider. I've punched out a circle and put that on the bottom so I know it's cinnamon cider. It's a good fall color. So I have cinnamon cider. Now another thing is that we have a product called Paper Pumpkin, and that is something you can subscribe to get a all-inclusive kit in a box and ready to stamp. But you usually will get 1 to 2 Stampin' Spots in those Paper Pumpkin kits. So of course I've been a demonstrator for a long time, been doing the Paper Pumpkin, and I have several of those ink spots. So I have them pulled out here, and that's why you'll see some of them have the coloring on them, and this one does not. This was an empty, and I had to refill this with the color of my choice. If you're new to stamping, this is a great way to get started. You can choose, it comes in a package of 5. You can take those and put whatever 5 colors you're working with in there, and before you know it, you're going to have all the different colors, and you'll have the refills, so that when it starts getting dry, you just add more refill on there. Of course, we have the large pads like I just showed with the crumb cake, but this is another alternative. Just wanted to throw that out there for you. Okay, so what am I going to do? We are going to take this beautiful leaf, and we're going to ink up. I got some fuzzy on there. I don't want that on there. We're going to ink this up with different colors. I am going to start with the lightest color, which is Crushed Curry, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that color on there. Then I'm going to go to the next color, which is Calypso Coral, and that is just, like I said, I'm just adding these on here. Now you could do this technique with a marker too if you'd like. That is something that you could do, add some different coloring on there. And then the next one I'm going to do is Cajun Craze, and that one's a little dark, so I'm not going to do as much, but I'm just going to kind of get a little bit in the center there. Basically all I'm doing is getting some multi-coloring on this image. Alright, where do I not? And the way you can tell, you can see all the different colors there. See how it's wet looking? There's some couple areas I don't have any, which is right there. And if I missed some, I think it'll be okay, because the next thing we're going to do is I am going to take one of our Stampin' Spritzers. There's 2 in a package. I did not look up the price, but they're very minimal in cost. But basically, it's just a sprayer. I have water in here is all I have. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to spritz this, making sure that you've got your sprayer toward your stamp, not toward your face, because ask me how I know. And I am just going to basically spritz that with water, and then I'm going to come to my vanilla, and I'm going to stamp that down. And look what you get. Ta-da! How beautiful is that? Isn't that gorgeous? Alright, so that's the first one I want to do. Before I stamp another one, I'm going to take this big blotchy here, and I am going to grab that crumb cake again, and I'm going to ink it up, and excuse me, I'm going to stamp it off, because I don't want this very dark. I'm just going to kind of come across there like that, and just put a little bit of color in there. Let me pull this up closer so you can see. See there, it's not a lot of color. So I'm going to do that again, ink it up. I love the way that this stamp set has these cool textures in them. Let's see, let's go like that, right there. Okay, so that's what I want. So let's move that aside. Move the crumb cake over. Now I'm done with this one, so I'm going to clean this stamp off, okay? And because it's got all the wet going on there, so let's do that. Okay, the next one, I'm going to take this fun leaf. Now I'm not going to do as many colors on this one because it's a smaller leaf, but let's say, I think I want to go a little more with the Calypso Coral, and let's do that. And then some of that cinnamon cider, a little bit darker color there. Come around the edges here. Ink that up a little bit. Let's see. Got that pretty good. So I'm just going to go do those two colors, and you'll see it just gives you such a difference. So take that spritzer, make sure that you're aiming at the stamp. Whoops. And give it a couple, one or two spritz. I just did one. And I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to come just like that. And there, you get a little bit different look. Look at that. Gosh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's so nice. Fall in Michigan is a fabulous time. All right, so this technique is pretty cool, right? I have already, like I mentioned, I didn't bring out the cut and emboss machine because I wasn't going to do a ton of different steps on this card. But you can easily take that the die and cut those out if you wanted to give you some lift. But I got some other things I'm going to add to this to give you a little more. Now you've got, remember, we've got these three little leaves on here. So I think what I'm going to do, and that's another thing too, using your Stampin' Spots, you can take your ink, your spots, and you can actually just ink up one little stamp, just like that, or one little area. So I've got yellow. And then this one, I think I will do in the Cajun Craze, no, Calypso Coral. And then this middle one, let's go ahead and stick with that cinnamon cider right there instead of the Cajun Craze. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to keep this a little more full strength, so I'm going to kind of stamp it once, giving you that little bit. I'm going to huff on it. If you didn't see my huffing technique, go back and watch the first week, and you'll see how I use that technique with some sunflowers. Okay, I'm going to go back and do these again. So I've got the crushed curry, and the cinnamon cider is the second one. And the Cajun Craze is the third one. And the really nice thing about this is they're spaced out enough, which you can really use these spots easily. All right, so I'm going to come back in here, and where am I going to come? Let's come down here a little bit. Let's do full strength here, huff on it a little more, and come up here and do that one, okay? So just random. Let me bring that up closer. See the colors on there? So pretty. All right, next we are going to take our saying, and that is going to go on a scrap piece of vanilla over here. I can grab it. And we are going to use early espresso to coordinate with this early espresso here. Move these spots up here out of the way. All right. Now, you know, some people have trouble with these. One of the things you could do is, instead of sliding it in and pulling it out, you can take your stamps and lay them down like this, and then ink them up like this, and it works just as well. Okay, so it's inked up. I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to just stamp it right in the middle, and then that way you don't have to worry about sliding this through and all that, but then just close it back up just like a compact, just like that. And next thing, we are going to take our punch, and I think it might be Story Label, I think maybe is the name of it. I'm so sorry, I don't have that one memorized. We're going to come in here, and we're just going to punch this out. If I can, it's a little bit shorter than my fingers, or where I want it to be. Let's see if we can get it in here straight. That's all I really want. There we go. Oh, goodness. There we go. All right, squeeze it down, punch it out. There we go. And that is, again, that's the very vanilla to coordinate. So one of the things that you could also do is you could take your Stampin' Spots, and let's see, let's go ahead and let's use this Calypso Coral. And instead of taking a sponge, you can take your spot and just go around the edges. I'm just turning this and I'm just scraping this color right on the edges. Can you see how the color is popping through? Just like that. See that? If I lay it down there, see how you can see the color around the outside? So there is a little tip. Now, we are going to come back in here with this fun little leaf. And let's go ahead and use these, ink that up. Go back to the Cajun curry, or excuse me, crushed curry. Pretty yellow, and then this middle one is the cinnamon cider. All right, let's take that and let's see. Let's just come on this side, stamp here, and you know what? I'm not going to do that because I have a. Let's just go ahead with this one color, and we'll just stamp the one on the edge right here. Just like that. Look at that. Cute. All right. What is next? We are going to take some ribbon and do something fun before I put this down. So we have this, the fine art ribbon, and it is has like little gold specks in it. I'm going to take a piece of that, and I don't want a big piece because I really don't need a big piece, but this just looked like fall to me. See the little kind of sparkle in it? But if you take this and you grab the threads that are in here, watch what happens. You can take, if you got to get a hold of the right thread. Okay, here we go. There we go. But this is just something, a fun FYI that you could do with your ribbons if I can get a hold of it. But look, see how it pulls? And it is pulling this ribbon to give it like a, what do you call it, a ruche look? I don't know what the word is. But yeah, pull those strings and you can get like this fun look. Okay, I gotta, what is the trick? The trick is to find the piece that will pull and give you that look. So there we go. That's what I want. I just want that to look kind of rugged and outdoorsy, kind of, but yet give it some something, you know? All right, get that, and I'm going to pull that out a little bit. I just want it to look different. I don't want it to just be a piece of ribbon hanging out, you know? There we go. Just need to get a little more texture there. Grab another thing and pull it. There we go. All right. Not a big difference, but it's enough to make a difference on that card. So the next thing I'm going to do is just kind of cut some of these pieces, and that is just going to get stuck onto the cardstock here. And I will tell you that our Stamp and Seal works fine, and I'm just going to take that and kind of, where do I want it? I'm going to come right here, I think, like that. I'm going to lay that piece of ribbon down here. I can't see where my adhesive is. There it is. Okay. And just to give it some of that texture kind of look, just like that. Then we're going to take some, gosh, my little foo-foos aren't showing up as well as I wanted it. So let's see, let's go on this side. I want to pull this more because I want it to look, I want it to show more. So I need to come this way. There we go. There. That's better. All right, I need some dimensionals here. We're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. When you're using dimensionals, I will tell you that if you're putting it on top of ribbon, I always suggest putting the dimensionals above and below the ribbon if you can, because it will help stick better. The dimensionals don't like the ribbon as well, so... All right, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put this kind of like right over in this area where that extra splotchy is at. And I need some more adhesive right here to hold this down a little better. There we go. There. And then you can actually pull that a little more. Anyway, I just want that fun, weird kind of texture on there, just like that. And I am looking at this, and I think we need another leaf on this card. Let me grab the stamp set. There is one more leaf. There is this one, and I'm wondering, I don't know. I don't think I better do that. I don't think I should do that. What should we do? Maybe we can put some more. And this, you guys, I just came up with this in my head. I did not make I did not pre-make one. So maybe we could just come up with another piece like that. So let's try that. Okay. So yeah, I am designing on the fly here, which usually makes something great. That's what been my discovery. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, what is that? And then you go away, and then you come back, and you love it, right? Okay, so we're going to do this, and I'm going to do this some more on here because I really want this there. I want this to really be like scrunchy scrunched. Okay, let's go ahead and put some adhesive down right here. I know it's going to cover up that one, but that's okay. And I'm just going to add some more of this because it just needs it. You know, it just needs something else right there as an extra. Yeah, that looks fantabulous. Okay, so I'm going to cut off kind of the stringies there a little bit so it's not so stringy. But look at that. Ooh, that is good stuff, you guys. All right, so yeah, fun ways you can use your ribbon. You don't always have to, like, you know, use it the traditional way and making bows and all those things. Just find fun ways that you can use this. All right, I am ready to lay this down. So what did we learn here? We learned how to make a cool looking leaf with our spritzer and multicolors on one stamp, and this is going to go on my early espresso, and then this is going to go right on the top here. Now whenever you're doing this, make sure that when you're adding your items that you don't go past, because see, you've got this behind, so I don't want adhesive here because it'll stick to my base. So you have to get an idea of where you want that to be. So I'm going to come up here a little bit like that, and about right there. So I'm going to kind of hold that, turn it over, and I know I don't want to go past here on my adhesive. So there we go. Then when I lay this down, I know I'm not going to be sticking my piece down to my base farther down here so that my card won't open. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so cool, you guys. Look at that. I love it. Now, if you wanted to add some more bling, you could add some gold in there. I did grab, where are they? I thought I grabbed some, I guess they weren't meant to go on the card because I don't see them right at my fingertips here. That's funny. Well, I guess they won't go on there, but I was thinking about those, our sequins, our artistry sequins. I think that's what they're called. Ooh, can't think of them. I use them a ton, but anyway, you could put that little extra bling in there. But isn't that awesome? I love this card. Love the colors. So there is your second week of fall. I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial and that you'll think about making this card yourself. Make sure, like I said, make sure to find me on Facebook so that you can see all of the other fun things I have going on Thursdays live at 7 o'clock. And that way you can chat with me and all the other friends that are there as we take time and do our stamping techniques and learning together. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.